discussions on global citizenship need also to consider the ways in which the terms global and citizenship can be interpreted, and ways they may come together, and how they can be applied within education. The term global citizenship began to have considerable influence in the wake of the debates about the impact of globalization on a sense of identity and the role of nation states and the contribution of people therein. What needs consideration is, by bringing the two terms together, what impact does it have on creating a new meaning? Global not only refers to the world, it could also mean impact of globalization, the interconnected nature of people's lives today. Citizenship as a term has its roots in the nation state, which can often lead to discussions on who is included and who is excluded. The term can also be seen in relation to a sense of identity and a sense of place. Lynn Davies provides a useful framework for debating the relationship of these terms. 1. Global citizenship plus education. Posing what forms of education to promote to being global citizens. Secondly, global plus citizenship education, emphasizing that citizenship education can be global. Thirdly, global education plus citizenship, meaning international awareness plus rights and responsibilities. And finally, education plus citizenship plus global, recognizing forms of citizenship and global, but not necessarily the same. These different ways of seeing the links between the terms and how they can be framed as one distinctive concept is an area that's worth exploring further. From a philosophical point of view, this means looking at the various cultural interpretations of the terms and how they relate to specific historical and social contexts. For example, the term global has come to have more distinctive meaning in the light of globalization. Citizenship has been used for political and ideological reasons to both include and exclude people from societies. By bringing the two terms together, it could be argued that it provides an approach that is more inclusive. On the other hand, others might argue that merely promoting the term global citizenship could be seen as reinforcing the dominance of Western ideas. What perhaps can help to move the debates forward on global citizenship and global citizenship education is to recognize that within some of the interpretations, and perhaps underlying many of the intellectual traditions that inform the term, is a sense of seeking social change. Davies, in her review of the definitions, also suggested that terms should be seen as a radical call for action. And this approach links to the desires by others such as Andreotti, and in the practices of civil society organizations, of seeing the usage of global citizenship as being part of a curriculum for global social change. One of the most popular and influential of such approaches to global citizenship education is that by the UK organisation Oxfam, who have since 2006 developed various iterations of a curriculum for global citizenship that sees the global citizen as someone who is aware of the wider world, has a sense of their own role as a world citizen, respects and values diversity, has an understanding of how the world works, is passionately committed to social justice, participates in the community at a range of levels, from the local to the global, works with others to make the world a more equitable and sustainable place, and finally, to take responsibility for their actions. This definition of global citizenship moves the discussions forward from being some form of moral outlook to one that links learning to action within a framework of social justice. Variations in this call for action can be seen from a range of civil society organizations, including in Europe Bridge 47, who linked global citizenship to Target 4.7 of the Sustainable Development Goals and providing a framework for a transformative approach to learning. However, as research with NGOs in Poland has shown, the ways in which some organisations interpret and use the term global citizenship varies. The evidence showed that whilst the more critical approach can be identified, it was still often framed within individualistic notions. This discussion on philosophical foundations of global citizenship and global citizenship education has outlined some of the intellectual roots of the term and how it can be used as a way of promoting a cosmopolitan worldview that encourages recognition of one's role in the world and to listen to others, but still framed within dominant Western intellectual thinking. The other more critical approach means recognizing the polarity of voices and perspectives, but also to include understanding of the influence of power, impact this has on promoting a sense of global social justice. This discussion has also noted the need to look at the different ways global and citizenship can be connected. Finally, this presentation has suggested that by merely posing the question of global citizenship, it can lead within its application in education to consideration of forms of social engagement and action. All too often, discussions on global citizenship have been reduced to questions of identity and the role of the individual in the globalized world. Important as these questions are, they can tend to avoid the more challenging issues of engagement in society, of the value of the collective and the community as opposed to the individual, and the ways in which social justice can help to frame calls for action. Finally, in terms of monitoring progress on these debates, what one should be looking for is the extent to which all educational programs, be they at universities, run by civil society organisations, or within the school classroom, are outlining a range of voices and perspectives. Global citizenship has all too easily been captured in recent years by public bodies, by businesses, by universities, as marketing tools. We're all global citizens now, without consideration for whom and for what purpose and who is involved in constructing and using the term.